Hello and welcome back to J Berg Reacts. Today we got a good video about the mysteries and secrets of Antarctica. So without further ado, let's get going!
Having trouble believing in conspiracy theories? Look no further. Richard E. Byrd, Operation High Jump. Let's get it. In 1947, Richard Byrd and 4,000 other soldiers were assigned to this classified mission called Operation High Jump. From what the soldiers were told, Operation High Jump was just supposed to be an expedition and a scan of the land to make sure that no enemies occupied the area. Because if you guys don't know, Germany pre-Pearl Harbor had already occupied Antarctica. And we had just finished World War II, so they could have reflared here. And we were currently in the Cold War with Russia, so we definitely wanted to be sure that no enemies occupied the land. So what the government did know, and what the soldiers didn't know, took a wild turn. Richard Byrd and those 4,000 other soldiers came in contact with the Hollow Earth, came in contact with the ancient race and reptilians as well that lived within the Hollow Earth. And as stated in his journal, Richard Byrd said that once they came in contact with the ancient race and the reptilians, they fled. They had no choice to flee. Warfare and the technology was too much for theirs, so they had no choice but to flee. As stated earlier, it's noted that Richard Byrd kept track of every single expedition that he did. So of course he was going to take note on Operation High Jump as well. The government knew about this, and they confiscated his journal as soon as Operation High Jump was done. They wanted him to be quiet about it. But here, this is where it get real. In 1957, Richard Byrd did an interview about Operation High Jump, anonymous and as discreet as possible, but very in-depth. It's a documentary on this as well, on Hulu. 3 months after the interview, he apparently died in his sleep. The evidence piles up even more. 1988, Richard Byrd's son was scheduled to give a speech honoring his dad, Richard E. Byrd. He was going to talk about all the accolades he earned, all the expeditions he went on, including Operation High Jump. He was going to tell the truth about it. They knew that this was a possibility, so they had to do something about it. Richard Byrd's son never made it to give the speech about his dad. His body was found in a warehouse 3 weeks later. He apparently died of dehydration. Y'all let me know what y'all think in the comments, and let me know who I should do next.
Well, how about all that, Those of you that know about Antarctica have definitely heard about Richard Byrd, the guy that did the expedition that supposedly found the hole and flew into it and found this whole other land and all that stuff, ran into the reptilians and the fallen angels and whatever. Yeah, like all that is crazy, you know what I mean? And then I think he actually got killed off by the government. Same with his son. Same thing, inside job all the way, I believe. Another thing I wanted to say is, if Richard Byrd doesn't look like Christopher Walken, I don't know who does. They should do a movie about that and use Christopher Walken as the actor, because pretty similar looking. There's no doubt about that. But let's keep going.
What they found were massive cities that were highly technological. And these buildings were not just on the surface, they went deep down underground. So they began relocating a massive amount of equipment and personnel to Antarctica, repressurizing these ancient facilities and reoccupying them.
In 1946, 1 year after the end of World War II, the U.S. government launched its own large-scale mission to Antarctica. Operation High Jump deployed 4,700 troops, 13 ships, an aircraft carrier, and a number of seaplanes to Antarctica.
Operation High Jump. That was the name of it. I forgot to say that on the last little cut through, but yeah, man, 4,700 troops were deployed right after Richard Byrd got done with his expedition, and they set up shop down there, so to speak, you know what I mean? And pretty much right after that is when the treaty was started. But yeah, they found all that stuff that guy just talked about, and just reclaimed it as their own, you know what I mean? And that's why no one's allowed to go down there. That's why they don't want no one to see what's down there. But let's keep going. We got more.
Under the earth, into the earth.
It turns into this lush and green area, and he can't even believe his eyes. But that's just the beginning of his extraordinary story. He tells how all of a sudden he starts to see a shimmering rainbow city that's made of crystal. His airplane is taken control of when he suddenly sees these flying disc-shaped objects around them that lead him to the ground. Whereupon he's escorted into a cavernous type of an area where he meets a being he refers to as the Master in his diary. The Master tells him that they're highly disappointed in what humans are doing with nuclear weapons, and how they've recently destroyed Hiroshima and Nagasaki, and they really are concerned about what is going on the surface of the planet. They tell Admiral Byrd that they hope that humanity will ultimately stop this.
Just a little bit more, so he met the master of this race, they told him they were concerned about what was going on up top, about what the human race was going to do to the planet with all their nuclear and stuff like that, you know what I mean? Like, I believe all this, you know what I mean? I don't know if you guys believe it or not, but I believe all this happened. And that's definitely why we're not allowed to go down to Antarctica, because they don't want us to see what's actually down there, you know what I mean? So that's what my thoughts on it. I believe it. What do you guys think? Nice little video I found there, huh? Do you guys think that's real? I actually do. Like, I think that's a real video. And I was diving deep to find that one, actually. A little clip of a little footage of Operation High Jump flying over all them pyramids. Yes, I believe that's down there or around there, wherever Antarctica really is, because who knows? We're not allowed to go there, so we don't know where it's at. But I believe it. What do you guys think?
On March 2nd, 2024, a UFO crashed into the ice of Antarctica.
So what do you think? You think that was an actual video of a crashed UFO down in Antarctica? You never know. It could be. Let's keep going though. T-Rex frozen in the ice. Don't know if that was real or not, but pretty amazing if it was, you know what I mean? So let's keep moving.
We have been speaking to insiders for many years who were aware of ruins being found in Antarctica. What we're actually dealing with down there is a series of ruins that were built by a group that crash landed there 55,000 years ago, and it was an extraterrestrial civilization that had originally lived on Mars. They are finding giant humanoid bodies in the ice. This is the origin of the story of the fallen angels in the Bible. These are the fallen angels.
And so we begin the parts about the fallen angels. That's crazy though, man. They're finding pretty much giant bones and stuff like that, and they're saying that they've been down there for 55,000 years, a crash landed UFO, and they started a civilization down there. That's what all them ruins are and stuff like that. I don't know, man. I'm kind of like, I believe this stuff, you know what I mean? I don't know what you guys think about it, but I believe it. So hey, don't forget to like and share this.
I bet you didn't know that this man saw an angel. Throughout the centuries, millions of people have claimed to have seen angels, but no one has evidence to back up those claims. However, what would you do if I told you that the existence of angels has been proven? In 2022, a man named Brent Smith, originally from Kent, decided to prove the existence of angels. After hearing several theories claiming that some angels had been seen in the past in Antarctica, he decided to embark on a long journey by boat from the United States to Antarctica. After months of exploration without finding anything interesting, one day he noticed a mountain with a very strange shape. He approached and saw what seemed to be a tunnel leading into the earth. After walking for 5 hours, he accidentally discovered a great civilization of beings that looked very much like the angels he had heard about. Without much thought, he recorded everything with his mobile phone and hurried back to exit the tunnel. However, to no one's surprise, military soldiers were waiting for him at the exit, and the first thing they did was confiscate his recordings. Since then, he is not allowed to speak about the experience he had, and not much is known about his whereabouts, only that mysteriously he has stopped conducting his investigations.
And yet some more stuff about the fallen angels. That guy, Kent, went down there, sailed down there. It must have been more modern time because they said he took a video with his mobile phone. If that's true or not, I don't know. But of course, as soon as he comes out, the military confiscates his phone. And you don't hear nothing from this guy again. He's probably dead somewhere if this has actually happened. Because there's no way they're going to take a chance of him letting this get out. You know what I mean? Like, there's no way. No way. But let's keep moving.
Try to look for, poke around and look for some old, seldom talked about Hollow Earth entrances. And of course, all the caves and all the access points have been dynamited or welded shut, and everything was pretty locked down.
Again, he's former FBI agent, and he is the X-Man, is what he's known as. He said, I want to come back and talk to you about Antarctica and all the heads of state that are going there. And we're like, what's going on down there? We got to find out.
So he gets to Antarctica, and long story short, they discover there in Antarctica. Now, this is in 1998, right? They discover there's bases under the ice.
But then they found that there was this huge magnetic anomaly down there. But the magnetic anomaly is consistent with basically a 50-mile wide city, a metropolis down there.
Wow. Of course, he teaches in the public school system, so if he started talking about this, from what I found out from a geometry teacher friend of mine, that you can lose your job over this one.
We'll assume it's U.S. military, but we don't know for sure. But satellites over Antarctica discovered something under the ice, and it was a huge something. It was gigantic. We still don't know what it is. They still won't discuss it. It causes magnetic disturbances.
The first territorial incursion committed by the Nazi Party in 1939, their takeover of Norwegian sovereign territory at the northern tip of Antarctica. But why? What were the Nazis looking for?
I get an order from the Pentagon to report the Chief of Research and Development. I walked into General Trudeau's office. Then he gave me an order. He said, Phil, watch things for me. The rest don't understand.
The fallen angels being locked away beneath the ice in Antarctica. There's not very many people that go to Antarctica. For some reason, that's just the land that nobody touches.
But why would he, at the age of 86, go to the Antarctic? It had to be something monumental. It had to be something that's really something that would change everything.
Sometimes we use robots in the plant. Some of the plants we have are 50 or 60 acres under roof. We have a section of the plant we call recon, which is recontainerization. Stuff comes in from the train or comes in on a...
We turned into like a journey to the center of the earth type thing, where there was actual physical entrance at the North Pole, and he went inside it and saw it, the land that time forgot.
If you want to know how many residents it has as its population, the official count is an average of only 5,000 temporary residents. That's all the scientific community that
military bases, alien bases, there's a laboratory there, there's an entire situation going on.
Yeah, so by the sounds of it, they got a whole little country down there, I mean, it's only, what they said, 4,000 or 5,000 temporary residents that are all scientific, basically. But yeah, man, they got it going on down there, and nobody's allowed to go there. What the heck? Why can't we know what's going on down there? Why can't you tell us? I think we need to find out what's going on down in Antarctica. What do you guys think? What do you think about that? Kind of bubble looking buildings, you know? Like, I ain't never seen nothing like that anywhere else. I know that. Do you think that was real? Do you think that was fake? Let me know in the comments what you guys think.
Soldier, keep on marching on. Head down till the work is done. Waiting on that morning sun. Soldier, keep on marching on. Head in the dust, feet in the fire. Labor on that midnight wire. Listening for that angel choir. You got nowhere to run. You wanna take a drink of that promised land. Gotta wipe the dirt off of your hands. Careful son, you got dreamers' plans, but it gets hard to stand.
Well, I will say this. That was some strange looking rocks formations or petrified dragon parts, maybe. I don't know. What do you guys
You're
think?
not even ready to imagine the craziness we're in right now. Antarctica is the most mysterious continent in the world. A new theory is so crazy that it could completely change your perception of the Earth. According to this theory, Antarctica is not just a massive ice continent, but rather an enormous ice wall that surrounds all the continents. In 1992, a new world map was created, the Gleason map, which shows Antarctica encircling all our continents. This theory goes even further. Some believe that if we manage to cross this wall, we will encounter numerous other continents deliberately hidden from us by governments.
The infamous Gleason map. Some people think that's an interpretation of the globe flattened out on paper, but I think that's a flat Earth map, honestly, myself. It shows Antarctica all the way around all the other continents. What's on the other side of that ice wall? Is there more continents? That's what this guy says in that last video. Let's see what else we got about that.
Oh, we've got your ass. We've got your ass now. So it turns out, if you travel past Antarctica, there's more land. The reason why I don't want you to believe that you live on a globe, because if the world was round, that would mean if you travel in one direction, you would come back on yourself. But if the world was flat, that's a whole different story. You see, you can travel anywhere in the world. Anywhere. No matter how far you travel, you will never come back on yourself. Never. If you look into the center of this map, you'll see the continents we know. Africa, Europe, America, so on. And you see that ring of ice? That's Antarctica, so they say. But if you travel past that ring of ice, there's more land, and they got the maps to prove it.
You know what? I tend to think he's right, too. Like, they got the maps to prove it. Why would they make all these maps that are like that with the ice wall or Antarctica all the way around? And why would they make these maps showing land outside of this wall that we have no idea about? Just for the hell of it? You think they'd make these maps just for the hell of it? Just draw a little land in there? On this side, there's land, there's land, there's land, there's land, there's land all around us. Outside of them ice walls. But yet, We don't know nothing about it. I think that's real. I don't think they'd be drawing them maps for no reason, honestly.
Look at what happens when you try to measure Antarctica or the North Pole on Google Earth.
Yeah, so I've seen that before about trying to measure out these lands on Google Earth, and it does that. Someone care to explain that to me, why it does that when you try to measure out the outer circumference of these continents, and it totally makes a shape like that where it won't let you measure it? Why is that? Anybody got an answer for that?
Says, I have seen the photographs of humanoids that are based in Antarctica, and that what he has seen with his own eyes 2 miles down under ice are hieroglyphs that archaeologists that he was in, that was the mission, was a scientist had been in there studying all this ancient archaeology 2 miles down under the ice. And the Navy SEAL gets to walk one of these huge rooms, 9-acre rooms, ceilings. One SEAL tells me he's been there in 2012. The SEAL that I have been able to videotape, voice altered in background, he was there in 2004. So I have 2 completely different SEALs. They're describing exactly the same kind of architecture.
Yeah, so that's crazy, you know. 2 different Navy SEALs at 2 different times describing the same rooms and hieroglyphs and all that. These guys didn't know each other. That was I think her name is Linda Moulton Howell or something like that. But I've seen that before, that one she videotaped where they muffled his voice up and everything. And I never knew what to believe about that, but I don't know. I didn't even think to look for that video to find for you guys today, but I'm sure you guys, if you know about Antarctica, you've seen that before, or if you're into the secrets of Antarctica, you saw that before. But yeah, man, that's pretty much it. Like there's something going on down there in my eyes and in my beliefs. They won't let us down there. They have a world treaty to not any private citizen down there in Antarctica at all. It just tells me there's something going on down there that they're trying not to let any non-governmental eyes see at all, because it would prove a lot of stuff wrong that they're telling us in the real world, you know what I mean? But that's all I got for you today. I hope you guys had fun. Please like and share this video out. Like I said, I've been starting my 2 videos a week. This is the second one of the week, the Wednesday morning one. I'll have another one out probably this weekend. It might be an outdoorsy one because I'm going away fishing this weekend, so it might give you a little outdoor video. But yeah, that's it, folks. I hope you had a good time. I had a good time. You all have a good day, and if you're anywhere in my neck of the woods, you're getting wet today because it's raining hard out there and there's flood warnings everywhere. So you all enjoy your day and have a good weekend. Take care. This is Jay Berg Reacts, and I'm out.